Hello, English learner. Welcome back to English Speaking and Listening Club. I am so happy you are here with me today. Right now, in this moment, you have chosen to invest time in yourself, to focus on your growth, to work on your English, and to improve your life. And I want you to know that this choice matters. This choice is important. This choice shows that you value yourself and your future. I am proud of you for being here. I am excited to share today's message with you because this message is about something that many people struggle with. This message is about something that affects your English learning journey and your entire life. This message is about boundaries, self-respect, and priorities. Today, we need to talk about a problem that stops many people from achieving their goals. We need to discuss a habit that wastes your time and energy. We need to explore a pattern that prevents you from focusing on what truly matters. And this problem can be described in one simple sentence: stop being available for everyone. Let me say that again because these words are powerful. These words are life-changing. These words can free you from stress and help you achieve your dreams. Stop being available for everyone. Think about your life right now. Think about how you spend your time. Think about where your energy goes. Think about who gets your attention. Are you always saying yes to people? Are you always helping others even when you have your own work to do? Are you always available when someone calls or messages? Are you always putting other people's needs before your own goals? Are you always trying to please everyone? Are you always worried about what people think if you say no? If you answered yes to these questions, you need to hear this message carefully. You need to understand what this pattern is doing to your life. You need to learn how to change it. Being available for everyone sounds like a good thing. It sounds kind. It sounds helpful. It sounds generous. Society tells us that being available is being a good person. Society tells us that helping everyone makes us valuable. Society tells us that saying yes makes people like us. Society tells us that being busy for others is something to be proud of. But this is a lie. This is a trap. This is a path to exhaustion, frustration, and failure. When you are available for everyone, you are available for no one, including yourself, especially yourself. Let me explain what happens when you are always available for everyone. First, you have no time for your own goals. Every day you wake up with plans. Maybe you plan to practice speaking English. Maybe you plan to study. Maybe you plan to work on your dreams. Maybe you plan to improve yourself. But then people start calling. People start asking for help. People start requesting your time. And because you are always available, you say yes. You help them. You give them your time. You give them your energy. And at the end of the day, their work is done, but your work is not. Their goals are progressing, but your goals are neglected. Their dreams are moving forward, but your dreams are waiting. This happens day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. And one day you wake up and realize that you have spent your entire life helping others achieve their goals while your own goals died waiting for your attention. Second, when you are always available for everyone, people do not value your time. They take it for granted. They assume you will always be there. They assume you have nothing important to do. They assume your time is less valuable than theirs. And why do they assume this? Because you taught them. You taught them by always saying yes. You taught them by always dropping everything for them. You taught them by never protecting your time. You taught them that your time is free and unlimited. And once people believe this, they will use your time carelessly. They will call you for small things. They will interrupt you for unimportant matters. They will waste your time without thinking twice. Not because they are bad people, but because you showed them that your time has no value. Third, being available for everyone drains your energy. Energy is limited. You only have so much energy each day. When you give your energy to everyone who asks, you have nothing left for yourself. You have nothing left for your goals. You have nothing left for your dreams. You have nothing left for your English practice. You feel tired all the time. You feel overwhelmed. You feel stressed. You feel like you are running in circles, always busy but never productive. Always helping others but never helping yourself. This is not sustainable. This leads to burnout. This leads to resentment. This leads to a life where you feel used and unappreciated. Fourth, when you are always available, you attract the wrong people. You attract people who need you but do not value you. You attract people who take but never give. You attract people who depend on you but never support you. You attract users, not friends. Real friends respect your time. Real friends understand when you are busy. Real friends support your goals. Real friends do not expect you to always be available. but users expect constant availability. Users feel entitled to your time. Users get upset when you say no. And if you are always available, you fill your life with users and push away real friends who respect boundaries. Now let me be clear about something important. I'm not saying you should never help anyone. I'm not saying you should be selfish. I'm not saying you should ignore everyone. I'm not saying relationships do not matter. Helping others is beautiful. Supporting people is important. Being there for people you care about is valuable. But there is a difference between being helpful and being always available. There is a difference between supporting others and sacrificing yourself. There is a difference between being kind and being a doormat. You can help people and still protect your time. You can support others and still prioritize your goals. You can be kind and still say no. This is called having boundaries. Boundaries are limits you set to protect your time, energy, and peace. Boundaries are rules about what you will accept and what you will not accept. Boundaries are statements about your priorities. Boundaries are not walls that keep everyone out. Boundaries are gates that let the right people in at the right times. Boundaries are healthy. Boundaries are necessary. Boundaries are a sign of self-respect. When you have boundaries, you teach people how to treat you. When you have boundaries, you protect your time for what matters most. When you have boundaries, you create space for your goals and dreams. So how does this relate to learning English? Let me explain. Learning English requires time. It requires focus. It requires energy. It requires consistency. You need to practice every day. You need to speak out loud. You need to listen actively. You need to study regularly. But if you are always available for everyone, when will you practice? When will you study? When will you focus? When will you improve? The answer is never. You will keep planning to practice but never doing it. You will keep wanting to improve but never having time. You will keep dreaming about fluency but never achieving it. Not because you are not capable, not because you do not have potential, but because you gave all your time away to others. I have seen this pattern destroy countless English learners' progress. They tell me they want to speak English fluently. They tell me it is important. They tell me it is their goal, but they never practice consistently. Why? Because they are too busy being available for everyone else. Their friend calls and they talk for 2 hours instead of practicing. Their family asks for help and they spend the whole evening helping instead of studying. Their colleague needs something and they drop everything instead of focusing on their lesson. Day after day, they choose other people's priorities over their own goals, and years pass with no progress. Not because they are lazy, not because they do not care, but because they do not protect their time. They do not have boundaries. They are always available for everyone except themselves. Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah was from Egypt. She wanted to speak English fluently because she wanted to work for an international company. She knew English would change her life. She knew it would give her better opportunities. She was motivated. She was intelligent. She had good resources, but she could never find time to practice. Why? Because Sarah was the person everyone called when they needed help. Her mother called her every day to talk for an hour. Her sisters asked her to babysit their children. Her friends asked her to go shopping with them. Her neighbors asked her for favors. Her colleagues asked her to help with their work, and Sarah always said yes. Sarah was always available. Every night, Sarah would plan to practice English the next day. She would set her alarm early. She would prepare materials. She would feel determined. But the next day, people would start calling and asking and requesting, and Sarah would say yes. She felt guilty saying no. She felt selfish focusing on herself. She felt like a bad person if she refused to help, so she helped everyone. She was available for everyone, and her English practice never happened. This continued for 3 years. 3 years of wanting to improve. 3 years of planning to practice. 3 years of being available for everyone, and 3 years of no progress. Then something changed. Sarah applied for her dream job at an international company. She was qualified, she had the skills, but the interview was in English. Sarah tried her best, but she could not express herself well. Her English was weak. She did not get the job. She was devastated. She cried. She felt like she failed. And then she realized something. She realized that all those hours she spent being available for others could have been spent preparing for this opportunity. She realized that helping everyone else meant she could not help herself. She realized that being available for everyone cost her the opportunity she wanted most. This realization changed Sarah's life. She decided to stop being available for everyone. She decided to set boundaries. She decided to protect her time. She told her mother she could only talk for 30 minutes a day, not an hour. She told her sisters she could babysit once a month, not every week. She told her friends she was busy working on her goals. She told her colleagues she could not help with their work anymore. She stopped answering every call immediately. She stopped saying yes to every request. She created time blocks for English practice and treated them as sacred. No interruptions, no exceptions. She was no longer available for everyone. She became available for her goal. First, people were surprised. Some people were upset. Some people called her selfish. Some people tried to make her feel guilty. But Sarah stayed strong. She kept her boundaries. She protected her time. And she practiced English every single day, 1 hour every morning. No matter what, this was her time, her priority, her goal, and her English improved dramatically. 6 months later, another opportunity came. Another interview. This time, Sarah was ready. She spoke English confidently. She expressed herself clearly. She got the job, her dream job, and she realized that setting boundaries, that stopping being available for everyone was not selfish. It was necessary. It was self-respect. It was the key to achieving her goals. You can learn from Sarah's story. You can make the same change. You can stop being available for everyone. You can set boundaries. You can protect your time for English practice. But you must understand something important. Setting boundaries is uncomfortable at first. People who are used to your constant availability will not like it when you change. They will complain. They will try to make you feel guilty. They will call you selfish. They will say you have changed. And they are right. You have changed. You have decided that your goals matter. You have decided that your time is valuable. You have decided to respect yourself. This is growth. This is maturity. This is necessary. But their discomfort is temporary. People who truly care about you will adjust. They will understand. They will respect your boundaries. They might not like it at first, but they will accept it. And the people who do not accept it, the people who get angry when you set boundaries, the people who call you selfish for having goals, these people do not truly care about you. These people only care about what you can do for them. These people are users, and setting boundaries helps you identify them. It helps you see who truly supports you and who just uses you. This clarity is valuable. This clarity helps you invest your time and energy in the right relationships. So how do you stop being available for everyone? How do you set boundaries? How do you protect your time for English practice? Let me give you practical steps. First, identify your priorities. What is most important to you? What are your goals? What do you want to achieve? For you right now, one priority is learning to speak English fluently. Write this down. Make it clear. Make it concrete. When you know your priorities, you can make better decisions about your time. You can evaluate requests from others against your priorities. Does this request support my priority or distract from it? This question helps you decide when to say yes and when to say no. Second, create time blocks for your priorities. Decide when you will practice English. Decide how long. Put it in your schedule. Treat it like an important appointment that cannot be canceled. For example, every day from 7 to 8 in the morning is English practice time. This is sacred time. This is protected time. This is non-negotiable time. Just like you would not skip a doctor's appointment or a work meeting, you do not skip this time. This is your time for your goal. During this time, you are not available. Your phone is off. Your door is closed. People know not to disturb you. This time belongs to your dream. Third, learn to say no. This is the most important skill for setting boundaries. You must learn to say no without feeling guilty. You must learn to refuse requests that do not align with your priorities. You must learn to protect your time. Saying no is difficult at first, especially if you are used to always saying yes. But it becomes easier with practice. Start with small things. When someone asks you to do something that is not urgent or important, say no politely. You do not need to explain extensively. You do not need to apologize repeatedly. You can simply say, I am sorry, I cannot do that right now. I have other commitments. This is honest. This is respectful. This is sufficient. Fourth, communicate your boundaries clearly. Tell people close to you about your goals and your schedule. Tell them when you are available and when you are not. For example, tell your family, I am practicing English every morning from 7 to 8. During this time, please do not disturb me unless it is an emergency. This is important to me. Clear communication prevents misunderstandings. It helps people respect your boundaries. It shows that you are serious about your goals. When people understand why you are setting boundaries, they are more likely to support you. Fifth, be consistent with your boundaries. If you set a boundary but do not enforce it, people will not take it seriously. If you say you are not available during your practice time, but then answer calls and help people during that time, your boundary is meaningless. You must be consistent. You must follow through. You must protect your time every single time. This consistency teaches people that you are serious. This consistency shows that your boundaries are real. This consistency builds respect for your time. Sixth, do not feel guilty for having boundaries. Many people feel selfish when they say no. Many people feel guilty for prioritizing their own goals. Many people feel like bad people when they are not always available. But this guilt is false. This guilt is programming from society that tells you to always put others first. But you cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot help others effectively if you neglect yourself. You cannot support others if you do not support your own growth. Taking care of yourself is not selfish. Setting boundaries is not selfish. Pursuing your goals is not selfish. These are necessary for a healthy, successful, fulfilling life. Let me tell you something important. When you stop being available for everyone and focus on your goals, something beautiful happens. You become more valuable. You become more interesting. You become more respected. People who are always available are often taken for granted, but people who protect their time and achieve their goals are admired. When you speak English fluently, people will respect you more. When you achieve your dreams, people will value you more. When you grow and succeed, people will appreciate you more. Ironically, by being less available, you become more valuable. Also, when you set boundaries and protect your time, you help better. When you practice English consistently and become fluent, you can help others learn too. You can teach. You can inspire. You can guide. But if you never improve because you are always available for everyone, you cannot help anyone grow. When you achieve your goals, you become an example. You become proof that it is possible. You inspire others to also set boundaries and pursue their dreams. So setting boundaries is not just good for you. It is good for everyone around you in the long term. Now let me address a common fear. You might be afraid that if you set boundaries, people will not like you anymore. You might be afraid that if you say no, people will leave you. You might be afraid that if you are not always available, you will lose relationships. This fear is understandable. But let me tell you the truth. People who leave you because you set boundaries were never truly there for you. They were there for what you could do for them. Real relationships survive boundaries. Real friends support your growth. Real loved ones want you to succeed. If someone cannot respect your need to focus on your goals, they do not truly care about your well-being. And losing such people is not a loss. It is freedom. Think about it this way. Would you want someone you care about to sacrifice their dreams to always be available for you? Would you want your friend to fail their goals because they were always helping you? Would you want your family member to miss opportunities because they never had time for themselves? No. If you truly care about someone, you want them to succeed. You want them to achieve their goals. You want them to grow. So real people who care about you feel the same way. They want you to set boundaries. They want you to focus on your goals. They want you to succeed. And if they do not truly care about you. Let me also talk about how being always available affects your English learning specifically. When you are always available, you are always reactive. You are always responding to other people's needs and requests. You are never proactive. You are never in control of your time. And learning English requires being proactive. It requires planning. It requires discipline. It requires protecting your practice time. When you are reactive, you can only practice when you happen to have free time. But free time rarely happens when you are always available. So you keep waiting for time to practice, but that time never comes. Also, being always available creates mental stress. Your mind is always thinking about other people's problems. Your mind is always worried about requests you need to fulfill. Your mind is always planning how to help others. This mental load is exhausting. And when you finally have a moment to practice English, your mind is too tired. Your focus is scattered. Your energy is drained. You cannot concentrate effectively. You cannot learn efficiently. Quality English practice requires a clear, focused, energized mind. But you cannot have that if you are always carrying the mental burden of being available for everyone. Furthermore, being always available prevents deep learning. Learning a language requires deep focus. It requires immersion. It requires sustained attention. You need uninterrupted time to practice speaking. You need quiet time to listen carefully. You need focused time to study new concepts. But if you are always available, you are always interrupted. Your phone is always ringing. People are always asking for things. Your attention is always divided. And divided attention creates shallow learning. You might study for many hours, but learn very little because your focus was constantly broken. Quality matters more than quantity. 1 hour of deep, focused practice is worth more than 5 hours of interrupted, distracted practice. So if you truly want to speak English fluently, you must stop being available for everyone. You must protect your practice time. You must create space for deep learning. You must set boundaries. This is not optional. This is essential. This is the difference between wanting to speak English and actually speaking English. This is the difference between trying to learn and actually learning. This is the difference between having a dream and achieving a dream. Let me give you some specific examples of boundaries you can set to protect your English learning time. You can turn off your phone during practice time. You can tell people you are not available in the morning because that is when you study. You can stop answering messages immediately and instead check them at specific times. You can say no to social invitations that conflict with your study schedule. You can stop helping colleagues with their work during your lunch break if that is when you practice listening. You can tell your family that you need 1 hour of quiet time every evening for your goals. These boundaries might feel uncomfortable at first. People might complain, but your goals are worth protecting. Remember, every time you say yes to someone else's request, you are saying no to your own goal. Every time you choose to be available for others, you are choosing to not be available for yourself. Every time you prioritize someone else's need over your practice time, you are delaying your fluency. These are your choices. These are your decisions. Nobody is forcing you to always be available. You choose it. And you can choose differently. You can choose to set boundaries. You can choose to protect your time. You can choose your goals. I know this message might sound harsh to some of you. I know some people believe that putting yourself first is wrong. I know some cultures teach that personal goals are less important than serving others. I understand these beliefs. But I want you to think about this carefully. If you never achieve your goals, if you never grow, if you never become your best self, how can you truly help others? If you never speak English fluently, you miss opportunities. You stay limited. You cannot access certain jobs, certain experiences, certain connections. And this limitation affects not just you but also your family, your future, and everyone who depends on you. But if you set boundaries, if you protect your time, if you achieve fluency, you open doors. You create opportunities. You increase your value. You can get better jobs and earn more money to support your family. You can access better education for yourself and your children. You can travel and have experiences that enrich your life. You can teach others what you learned. You become an example of what is possible. So setting boundaries and focusing on your goals is not selfish. It is strategic. It is wise. It is the foundation of being able to truly help others in meaningful ways. Now let me talk about something that makes being always available even more dangerous in our modern world. Technology, smartphones, social media, messaging apps. These tools make it easier than ever for people to access you. People can reach you anytime, anywhere. They can call, message, video chat, comment, tag you, and many people feel obligated to respond immediately. They feel like they must always be available online. They feel anxious if they do not answer messages quickly. They feel guilty if they miss a call. This constant connectivity is exhausting. This constant availability is destroying people's ability to focus, learn, and achieve their goals. You must take control of your technology instead of letting it control you. You must set boundaries with digital communication. You do not need to answer every message immediately. You do not need to be online all the time. You do not need to respond to every notification. Turn off notifications during your English practice time. Put your phone in another room. Use apps that block distracting websites. Check messages at specific times instead of constantly. Use technology as a tool to support your goals, not as a leash that keeps you always available for everyone. I want to share one more story with you. This is about Ahmed. Ahmed was a university student from Morocco. He was studying engineering, but he wanted to improve his English because he wanted to do his master's degree abroad. Ahmed was a kind person. Everyone liked him. and everyone asked him for help. His classmates asked him to help with homework. His roommates asked him to do errands. His friends asked him to go out. His family called him every day. Ahmed was always available. He never said no. He wanted people to like him. He wanted to be helpful. He wanted to be a good person. But Ahmed's English never improved. He watched lessons but never practiced. He downloaded apps but never used them. He joined online groups but never participated. Why? No time. He was too busy being available for everyone. His goal of studying abroad seemed impossible. His English was too weak. He felt frustrated. He felt stuck, but he did not know how to change. Then Ahmed read something that changed his perspective. He read that successful people are not the smartest people. Successful people are not the most talented people. Successful people are the people who protect their time and focus on their goals. This hit Ahmed hard. He realized he had talent, he had intelligence, he had opportunity, but he did not protect his time. He was giving his time away to everyone, and this was keeping him from success. Ahmed made a difficult decision. He decided to set boundaries. He told his classmates he could no longer do their homework for them. He told his roommates to do their own errands. He told his friends he could not go out as often. He told his family he could only talk twice a week, not every day. He created a schedule for English practice and stuck to it religiously. 1 hour every morning, 1 hour every evening. No interruptions, no exceptions. He was no longer available during these times. The first 2 weeks were very difficult. People complained. Some classmates were upset. Some friends stopped inviting him out. His family felt hurt. Ahmed felt guilty. He felt like a bad person. He almost gave up on his boundaries, but he remembered his goal. He remembered why he was doing this. He remembered that he was not being selfish. He was being strategic. He was investing in his future, so he maintained his boundaries. He protected his time. He practiced English every single day. After 1 month, something amazing happened. The people who truly cared about Ahmed adapted. They respected his schedule. They supported his goal. And the people who complained and left, Ahmed realized they were never true friends. They just wanted to use him. This clarity was painful but valuable. Ahmed's social circle became smaller but stronger. He had fewer people around him but better people. People who respected him. People who supported his growth. And Ahmed's English, it improved dramatically. Within 6 months, he could speak fluently. Within 1 year, he was ready for the IELTS exam. He scored high enough for his dream university. He applied and got accepted with a scholarship. Today, Ahmed is studying for his master's degree in the United Kingdom. He is living his dream. And he says the turning point was when he stopped being available for everyone, when he set boundaries, when he protected his time, when he chose his goal over pleasing people. You can be like Ahmed. You can make the same choice. You can set boundaries. You can protect your time. You can stop being available for everyone, but you must decide that your goals matter. You must decide that your time is valuable. You must decide that your dreams are worth protecting. This decision is not easy. This decision will make some people uncomfortable. This decision might cost you some relationships, but this decision will give you something more valuable: progress, growth, achievement, success. Fluency. Think about what you truly want. Do you want to speak English fluently, or do you want to please everyone? Do you want to achieve your goals, or do you want to always be available? Do you want to grow, or do you want to stay comfortable? You cannot have both. You must choose. And I hope you choose yourself. I hope you choose your goals. I hope you choose to set boundaries. Not because you do not care about others, but because you care about yourself too. Because you matter. Because your dreams matter. Because your time matters. Let me give you a final perspective on this. Think about the people you admire most. Think about successful people. Think about people who have achieved great things. Are they always available for everyone? No, they protect their time fiercely. They say no often. They have strong boundaries. They focus on their priorities. They do not feel guilty about it. And this is why they succeed. This is why they achieve their goals. This is why they make an impact. You can learn from them. You can follow their example. You can stop being available for everyone and start being available for your goals. So here is what I want you to do. After you finish listening to this video, take a few minutes to think about your life. Think about where your time goes. Think about who gets your energy. Think about what is stopping you from practicing English consistently. Is it because you are always available for everyone? Is it because you cannot say no? Is it because you feel guilty prioritizing your goals? If the answer is yes, it is time to change. It is time to set boundaries. It is time to protect your time. It is time to stop being available for everyone. Start small. Identify one boundary you can set this week. Maybe it is turning off your phone during practice time. Maybe it is telling one person that you need focused time for your goals. Maybe it is saying no to one request that conflicts with your study schedule. Start with one boundary. Practice it. Maintain it. See how it feels. See how it helps. Then add another boundary. And another. Gradually, you will build a life where your time is protected, your goals are prioritized, and your English improves consistently. Remember, you only have one life. You only have limited time. You only have finite energy. How you spend these resources determines what you achieve. If you spend all your time being available for everyone else, you will reach the end of your life with everyone else's goals accomplished and your own dreams unfulfilled. But if you set boundaries, if you protect your time, if you focus on your priorities, you will achieve your goals. You will speak English fluently. You will create opportunities. You will live with purpose and pride. The choice is yours. The power is in your hands. Stop being available for everyone. Start being available for your dreams. Start being available for your goals. Start being available for yourself. This is not selfish. This is necessary. This is wisdom. This is the path to success. You deserve to achieve your goals. You deserve to speak English fluently. You deserve to succeed. But you must protect your time to make it happen. You must set boundaries to create space for growth. You must stop being available for everyone to become available for your best self. Do this. Commit to this. Start today. Your future self will thank you. Your dreams are waiting. Your fluency is possible, but only if you protect the time you need to practice. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for taking time to invest in yourself. Now continue that investment. Set boundaries. Protect your time. Practice English consistently. Stop being available for everyone and become available for your success. And if this message resonated with you, if this message helped you, if this message opened your eyes, please like this video and subscribe to this channel. Join this community of learners who are serious about their goals, who protect their time, who set boundaries, who choose growth over comfort, who choose success over approval. Now go think about your boundaries. Set them, protect them, practice English today, not when you have time. Make time, protect time, use time. Your fluency is waiting. Your success is calling. Answer it by setting boundaries and protecting your practice time. Stop being available for everyone. Start being available for your dreams, starting now.